Hi, good day, dear audience. I want to talk today about the protests in the United States against the rule of Trump. This is very good phenomenon, but it is just showing or expressing anger from the way he rules and from the way he deals with things, his performance, but practical steps has to be done. This is the impeachment. These protests show that the American people are stuck to democracy and doesn't
Accept.
tyranny and dictatorship. That's very good. But all this effort and these millions in the streets are useless unless official decisions are taken by the Congress to impeach the man. Donald Trump is a businessman. He would and is in authority now. He is he reasonably will urge his entourage to make deals in the Congress. This point should be taken care of. This would be the second impeachment that would fail, and America would be destroyed and demolished completely if this process failed. The impeachment, the how to compel the Congress to impeach many of these protests should be directed to the Congress building and around the Congress. That's what I believe. Actually, Trump has abducted the American authority. The American country as a whole is assisting Russia as if he were a Russian agent, or perhaps he is. He refused the last thing he did, in addition to the bad decisions in internal affairs that he did, firing many of the law department and many of the great generals, or big generals, even four-star generals in the American army, and violating the American Constitution in many of his decisions. The last thing, and it is not less worse, is refusing to deliver or give Tomahawk rockets to Ukraine. Ukraine actually is the barrier and the fortress of the Western Europe and all the Eastern and Western Europe against the investment of Russia, the destruction of America, and all what he is doing in the Ukrainian war is in favor of Russia, as if he were a Russian agent, and perhaps he is, as I said. Now, the Congress should be compelled to impeach him, not like the first time, or else all these protests would be in vain. That's what I want to say. And I hope this wake up in the American people, exemplified in these protests, should yield to something good to the United States. And if this failed, these protests failed, I believe it would be the end of America, because Trump is actually destroying America. That's all what I want to say. Good day, dear audience. Goodbye. Hope you good luck in America.
In removing that terminator. Bye.